Hi everyone, this is Julie Bruns. Welcome to the Peace and Possibilities podcast. I want you to thrive and be happy, peaceful, and content, no matter where you are on your journey. This podcast shares stories that will show you how it can be done, no matter what your circumstances. You'll be inspired and come away with a new spark of an idea. Never forget, anything is possible. New episodes are released every Wednesday. Subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. This helps others find our content and get happier sooner. To possibility and beyond. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Peace and Possibilities podcast. My guest this week is no one other than Sam Bruns, my 17-year-old, soon to be 18 in a couple of weeks, teenager. He is a senior in high school. And with everything happening with this coronavirus and the isolation and the sacrifices we all need to make to stay healthy and keep everyone else healthy, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing, me as a parent, to stay healthy and sane during this crazy time, and then get Sam's take on it from the teenager's point of view. So thanks for joining me, Sam.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. I'm eager to give you my insight, and I'm eager to hear yours as well.
Cool. All right. The first thing I want to talk about is what have you been doing to change up your routines at home? So what I mean by that is you're not used to being at home around your family every day, all day, obviously. You're used to being in school. You're used to doing your homework at night and then being in school during the day and learning. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I've been doing differently working from home, and then I was going to ask you. Okay?
Sounds good.
So what I'm doing as a parent working from home is I'm making sure that I have my areas set up with things that I need and things that are going to keep everything a little bit more nice and neat so that I can concentrate a little bit better and stay focused. I'm also making sure that I'm getting up and getting water and doing the things I would do if I was at the office, getting a snack, getting water, and making it feel more like a regular work day as opposed to just a special day that I'm not going into the office. I think that helps a lot with routines and keeping things normal and making you feel more normal too in this abnormal time. What are you doing, Sam, studying from home and being having to do everything now online or with e-learning? How is it different for you? What are you doing?
Well, I got about a week and a half of e-learning before spring break. So in that first week and a half, it was tough. I had to adapt to a whole new environment, staying in the house with my with you and Dad for a good portion of the day. And I was thinking to myself, what can I do to make this feel better? What can I do to make myself happier and still do my work and feel like I'm accomplishing something? Because sometimes when you're at home and you're going through the same thing, it's hard to feel like you're accomplishing something good or you're improving yourself. So what I was doing was waking up early is a big thing for me. I try to wake up early, get all my work done earlier in the day. So you kind of get that burden off your chest earlier. So for me, I would try to get all my classes done, sign in, get them all done by noon, have lunch, and then try to go on a walk or go on a run, a bike ride, anything that can keep me safe and get me outside in such these beautiful 60-degree days would just really lift my mood. And then it also get me out of the house to the point where, all right, 2 hours have passed, it's 3 o'clock, and now I can start gearing down, getting ready for the end of the day. So I feel like that really helped.
Okay, so you're talking about two things now. So you're talking about what you do to stay organized and
Okay.
your routine. That's awesome. So that what you're focusing on, and so that you can be done by a certain time, and that works for you. And I think it's important that everyone does what works for them. So if getting it all done by noon helps with you with your routine and your mental health and your sanity, then that's what you should do. If you feel better sleeping a little late, getting up and doing an hour or two of homework or work, and then taking a break in the middle of the day for a couple hours and then coming back, that works too. But if it works for you, figure out what works for you and then do those things. You're going to be a lot happier. Not everyone has to do it the same way. So thanks for that. So how about as far as isolation goes, I am coping with being stuck inside and having to do, everything basically at home, and, not being able to just run those errands like you used to, or, call your friends
Hmm.
or go to your friends or go get ice cream or whatever it is you normally do. What I'm doing to cope with that is making sure I get outside at least for an hour every single day, sometimes twice a day, depending on the weather. But I like to break it up so that I'm going in the middle of the day. If I wait till 4 or 5 o'clock at the end of the day, that means I haven't left the house, gotten any sunshine, fresh air, or anything for an entire day. That's not good for me. It doesn't help with my feelings of isolation. So I make sure that I break up the day and go out in the middle of the day, look at my schedule, and I figure out what's going to work for me. When you think about your days and coping with feeling cooped up and needing to get outside, what works well for you?
Well, I think first off, I think social media and cell phones and all that stuff really helps us stay connected. In this era, in this time period, it's nice that I can just, if I miss one of my friends, I can go on PS4 and go play with them. I can play some, like with my brother. He's 22, lives in Florida. Every night I get to play video games with him and talk to him through a headset. So I find that's a great way to stay connected with him and all my friends in general, because I cannot see them on a regular basis anymore. So that's a good way to kind of like ease tension throughout the day and being able to just have fun and talk with your friends. Um, since you're not able to go to the park and go shoot hoops with them, so that's the next best thing you can do at this point. So I feel like social media and gaming has helped a lot with that. Other than that, I feel like honestly being alone and being by yourself a good portion of the day allows you to discover more about who you are, your dislikes, your likes, and allow you to discover more about what makes you happy, because this is a great time period for you to try new things, see what makes you happy, angry, being by yourself, and being able to improve yourself. Because if you try new things and you don't like something, or something works for you or doesn't, no one's going to see you, or no one's going to judge you for it. You're by yourself in this environment, and you're working on improving yourself in an isolated environment. So I feel like being able to do that and learn more about yourself is very crucial to this time, and I feel like that will really help pass it and cope with the idea of being alone.
Ooh, I love that. So that's great. You brought something new into something that I hadn't thought about before. Well, I thought about it a little bit with, learning new things, and I love to read and learn new things and talk to people and ask them questions. But that's a great point you make about being alone and being able to discover what you like, what you don't like, what you're more interested in. You get this time of reflection that you would not normally get if you had to be up and out the door at 7 or 8 in the morning on the way to school or work,
Exactly.
come home, or stay after school and work on your sports or music or whatever it is, get home, eat dinner, do homework. You're not really sitting around thinking about things or trying things out. You just don't have time to do it. But in this day and age, with all of us stuck in the house for several weeks now and several weeks more to come, that is fabulous advice. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, of course. If you're staying at home, you have some of that downtime. Maybe just try drawing. Try looking up a video on how to draw a bike or an animal or the sky, or read a new book that you've always been wanting to read, or start a new Netflix series that you may like, or try a new genre of music, or try writing new music. You never know what could make you happier. You never know what you could be good at, because at this time you can discover so many things about yourself that in the end, once this is all over, that you can start benefiting society with. If you find out you're great music, great at writing music, great at playing music, you can share that talent with the world once this all blows over. So if you can just take this time to just dive into new things you wouldn't normally trying new foods, trying to cook more, trying to beat that fastest mile time, trying to do anything. If you just go through that and try to find out more about yourself, it's going to make this time so much more doable and allow you to bring more things to society after this is over.
It's a great point. It's going to help you cope with all this idle time better and make you stronger, or whatever it is, healthier with the eating, or faster with the running, whatever it is. It's going to benefit you in all those ways. And then when you're done, you're going to be that much stronger, healthier, whatever it is, more creative, more equipped, that when all this is over, you're going to have all these bursts of ideas, and you're going to be in a better place because you took advantage of the time. Great advice. Okay, so what are you doing well, we kind of talked about this already, but as far as mental health, so making sure that you kind of don't go crazy and that you stay positive, what would you say is your top couple of things you do to make sure that you're not getting mad about this or sad about all of the stuff that you're going to be missing your senior year? What advice do you have for that? What's helping you?
I mean, honestly, we're all experiencing some hardships just because I'm a senior, just because I had prom, graduation, obviously a lot of big events, but I'm not the only one having big events. This is affecting millions of people. This is sadly taking away lives of loved ones. So in the grand scheme of things, things aren't that bad and they could be a lot worse. And I just feel that you kind of look at that, that you have, I have a lot. I'm very blessed in my life, a healthy family, a healthy life. I just look at that in a more grand aspect, not more that I'm missing all of these events and it's going to make me sad. More of the fact is that after this is over, I'm going to be not taking for granted all the other things that are going on in my life, like college and future basketball games. Yeah, I'm looking ahead to how great those events will be, not really focusing on the sadness of me missing these events now, because it is bad and it is a tragedy that people have to be missing these events, these once in a lifetime, these events that only happen one time. But there's nothing we can do about it, and worrying about it and saying shoot, like feeling bad for yourself won't fix anything. So you might as well look at it with a positive outlook and try your best to just move on ahead of this and envision how good of a future you will have.
Awesome advice. You're right. Being sad is normal and being mad about it is normal,
Yes,
but
we're all
it's not,
entitled to those feelings, of course.
yeah, it's not going to change anything that's happening, and it's not going to make you feel any better for sure. Doing all those things you recommend will make you feel better in your mind and in your body too. Okay, I have one final question for you, Sam. What's so far, maybe you'll have other things that come up after the end of all this, after all this isolation is over. What is your favorite thing or your most surprising positive thing that's come out of this so far for you?
One of the most positive things that I have taken out of this in such a sad time is that we're all coming together, and I feel like that's great. We're all working together to get through this unique and unprepared for circumstance, and I've been able to spend more time with my family, obviously, and being able to spend that more quality time with them. I feel like that's also been a great thing for me, is that getting home from practice at 7 p.m. every night, eating dinner, doing homework, I don't get that time to spend with my family as much. I used to not play with my brother every night on video games and playing video games. I didn't used to play every night with him because I've been so busy with schoolwork and basketball, and I wouldn't be able to watch movies or TV shows with my family. But with this going on, I've been able to take more time to be with myself, but yet again, being with my family, being able to enjoy myself, being able to watch movies, play board games, and just talking, having them there is a real positive outlook from this situation. I feel like hopefully everyone out there is just taking the time to say, "Hey guys, I love you. I'm glad you're my family. I'm glad we're here." And yeah, I really think that's an important part of this. Just taking time to tell your loved ones that you care about them and you appreciate them, because this time makes everybody realize what's important and what needs to be done in order to stay healthy and happy. So hopefully people take this time. People take this time to do that.
Great advice. Great words of wisdom from such a young man. So I really appreciate all of the insight, Sammy. It was fun talking to you. I will say for me, the final thing my thing that I am most excited and grateful for is the extra time we've gotten to spend with you, because going off to college in the fall, this is the beginning of a new phase of your life and the end of something for us. And we're excited to see you achieve everything you want to achieve going forward. It's fun to think about all that, but it's also sad to think that we're not going to have a lot of time with you. So I know Dad is very excited that we have this unexpected extra time we weren't planning on having with you. So it's been fun. And like you said, having this, being able to do things, lounge around a lot more and talk and watch movies and bond like we weren't able to do as much before, has really been a big bright spot for us. So thank you.
Yeah, can I say one more thing, please?
Sure.
Just for anyone out there listening, I want to let you know that, I mean, this is obviously a terrible thing, but there's always a positive outlook you can have for these situations. If you just take the time, bond with your family, tell them you love them, stay outside, stay active, and prepare for life after this. Because I know It's hard to believe, but this will end. This will suffice, and we will come together as a nation and beat this. But in the meantime, like I said, be with your family, be active, and learn new things about yourself, learn new information, do as much as you can to just improve yourself before this is all over. Because once it is over, we'll be getting back to the grind, we'll be getting back to real life, and it's going to be that time. We are all going to have to get back to work, improve ourselves, improve our strength, our mind, our work, our grades. So for now, just do all those things, stay happy, stay healthy, and be active. And after this is over, we'll all be able to get back to our regular lives and change the world.
We'll be better because of all the things we're doing that you're describing. We'll be better when all this is done. We will be better because we've practiced all those things that we've talked about on this podcast. Keep doing those things to keep you positive and healthy and happy, and you will just be more of that when all this is over. Thanks for joining me today, Sam. It's been fun talking to you.
Yeah, no problem, Mom. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to ask me these questions. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.
All right, you guys get out there and exercise, get some fresh air, and then do some things to build your strength so you can make the world a better place in just a little bit when all this is over. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening. If you loved this content, please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or whichever platform you found us on. You can get all my social media links in the description below. Help us keep the momentum going so that every person can live their lives happily, doing work they love.